I just want to say that some of y'all are sad, disgusting excuses for something sort of resembling people. You all know he was one of yours. Who the fuck are y'all trying to convince? Because y'all know you aren't convincing anybody who has an IQ higher than blades of grass in a suburban dad's lawn. Even with no information aside from who the victims were and when the attack was, you knew it. Even with the synapse deficiencies between those 4 overworked neurons in your fucking empty but impressively dense skulls atop your shoulders, you had enough common sense to fucking know. And you sick, degenerate motherfuckers didn't even bother to stretch before jumping headlong into some mental gymnastics routine where you tried to politicize and exploit a horrific terror attack for your fucked up ideologies. Whether you downplayed it or applauded it, or whether you just continue to vote for and support the kind of people who drive this divisive hate and speech, like your dear leader ignoring the situation to have his little Putin-esque parade, or Mike Lee actively exploiting it for some political expediency, blood is on your fucking hands. Because we told you that this would happen. And if you didn't believe us, you know what? Not fine. But once we were finally proven right, there was only one acceptable response from you fucks. And that response was swift condemnation of this terrorist and his heinous attack. It would be immediate acknowledgement that this was a radical, right-wing Christian terrorist. And regardless of your political beliefs, your ideology, your theology, your fucking dogma, right-wing Christian terrorism is unacceptable in this country. If you had no response or any other response, you are complicit. If your response was to try to dig up some connection to Democrats or the governor, to call him a Marxist or a socialist, especially when you knew he was a Trump supporter, a registered Republican for 20 fucking years. You all know that that bipartisan business board he was appointed to had nothing to do with political alliances and did not make him an employee of the governor or a member of the governor's campaign. You all know that he is an evangelical terrorist who has justified his radical beliefs and his political assassinations because of his sexist beliefs that women do not deserve autonomy over their own bodies. You know that he is a Trump supporter, and you know that the rhetoric and hate from MAGA over this past decade is what led to this moment. And you know that every one of the brave Americans who went out there on Saturday to protest that was protesting to try to make sure that this didn't happen. And if you don't acknowledge that and you aren't with all of those people, then you are no different than the man who pulled the fucking trigger. You are either on the same page with the rest of us now, or you are a traitor and a fucking terrorist. And Mike Lee, it's time for you to resign and crawl back into whatever proverbial swamp scum you slithered out of, because none of us deserve to ever see your disgusting fucking face again. My heart is with the Hartmans and the Hoffmans and everybody suffering because of these heinous acts, and everybody suffering because of the tyranny and hate of this regime. And there is one message that hopefully everybody took away from Saturday, and that is that there is millions of Americans ready to stand behind, beside, and in front of their neighbors and their friends and their family, regardless of what adversity, threats, or danger those who seek to oppress us put in our way. And while the terrorists and the tyrants think that they are the ones bringing these storm clouds in, they are mistaken. The storm isn't coming, it is here. The climate is no longer changing, it has changed, and we are going to make them wish that they believed in it sooner, because we are the storm. We are the tornadoes and the floods. We are the hurricanes and the fires. We the people are a force of nature, and no matter how hard they try or how many Sharpies they have, there is no fucking king who can control the weather.